How we doing? Welcome back out to the banks of the McKenzie River. I'm Tobin. I have a flu bug, a cold virus, something. Got it from my daughter Emily. I am out here to do my full review of the latest fragrance from Hendrix Classics & Co., a collaboration with Rich Hansen at Rich Man Shaving. It drops April 2nd. Today is March 31st, Easter. Happy Easter. Other than being down with the weather, with this bug, it is an absolutely beautiful, wonderful day, and I'm not going to complain. Hopefully you can hear me all right, and that my voice isn't too raspy. So this fragrance is a clone, an homage to Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky. So that's a flanker of the original fragrance. The original was released in 2008. This came out in 2018. It's what I would simply call, like, if you're just going to like simplify it, a woody gourmand, and it is fabulous. My wife and daughter, Emily and Alexis, they give this, Emily gives it a 9 and Alexis gives it a 10. Once again, Rich and Pete have selected a banger. I mean, there's just no simpler way to put it than it is absolutely a banger. I've never experienced the real thing. I imagine it smells exactly like this. If you've seen my other content, if you know anything about Pete, you know that Pete selects premium fragrances. And this is exactly what you'd expect from Hendrix Classics, and with the collaborations that he's been doing with Rich Hansen. So if you're familiar with Lucky 1 Million or 1 Million Lucky, you can expect to find exactly that. Right up front, let me give you my only negative about the fragrance. I just finished applying the Tube 2.0. That's the Preshave from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. My Timeless Bowl, brand new. I only paid $5 for this guy. I've already scooped into it using my Hendrix Classic scoop. The only negative, and this is where the EDPs that come into play, and with all of Pete's fragrances, he does have an EDP. It is on the little lighter side. When it comes to strength and projection. Now, if you're familiar with my content, you know that I like to buy matching EDPs, solids, DOs, the whole kit and caboodle when I can. When it comes to scent strength, projection, if 5 is your average, I give it a 4. I just wish that it was more of a 6 or a 7, because it's really, really good. Really, really good. The top notes: plum, oceanic notes, grapefruit, bergamot. The opening is fresh. Plum, there's no, like, I learned this not too long ago doing shave from actually this spot. Crud, what was it called? Room 237, right? There's, my understanding is there's not like one particular plum note, right? That generally what they do is they take different accords, different notes, and they put them together to create like a plum essence, a plum fragrance. I'll talk about the brush here in a second. The plum that I'm getting from this, it's fruity and woody. So right there in the opening, you get this aquaticness mixed in with those citruses, but the plum is really kicking this up into a whole different gear, bringing in that little bit of fruity sweetness with some woods or something going on right off the top. Extremely well blended, extremely well crafted and complex fragrance. I didn't show you guys. I received this when I received Rise of a New Era. So I've had it for a while now, and I've got like 10 shaves in, somewhere right around there, a lot. I shave every day. My wife can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. I've been shaving with it every single day. Water bottle. Probably did too much water. We'll see how we do. It's going to be fine, right? I always say that. And it always ends up dry, right? In the middle, we find hazelnut. That's even kicking in even more of this gourmand. Just amazing. It's not like an overly sweet gourmand. So I want to make that clear too. It's not an overly sweet gourmand by any means. It's a woody gourmand. Not overly sweet. There's a sweetness to it. Hazelnut, honey, cedar, cashmere wood, orange blossom, and jasmine. I'm regretting the amount of water I have in here, but I'm gonna go with it. I got the Preshave on my face. The base is comprised of amberwood, patchouli, oak moss, and vetiver. If you don't like vetiver, don't worry about it. I don't pick out vetiver by itself. A lot of these notes are hard to pick out by themselves. The honey in the middle is kind of the star of the show. It is fabulous. It's this, and then it could be like the orange blossom too. There's a little bit of a floralness going on. I'm not crazy about floral fragrances. This isn't a floral fragrance, but in the middle, I detect just this like sweet floral note. It doesn't stick around too long, but it's so good, and I always want more of it. Got it on the back of my hand. It's been there probably about 2 hours now. The hazelnut, I'm looking at my notes, the hazelnut, the plum, the honey, and the wood, the way that they blend together is just magic. It is. This isn't, look at that. I didn't have too much water. If anything, I needed more water. I always do that to myself. I am medicated. Dayquil, NyQuil, or not NyQuil. Just amped up on the Dayquil. I got a mirror right here to your guys's right, my left, something like that. Look at that, right? Focus on the river. Don't focus on me. Don't listen to me today, guys. This is a fragrance, though, that is like impossible not to like. I challenge you to not like this fragrance. Like, for real. I challenge you to not like it. I'm not saying you're going to love it necessarily. I think, like, I got so many compliments on it this week, it's not even funny. And the wife and daughter are crazy about it. I love it. Excuse me. I absolutely freaking love this fragrance. And I really believe that it's one of those ones that it's impossible not to like. Either you're going to like it or you're going to downright love it, as we do. Pete and Rich are just on a roll of picking out banger fragrances, sourcing it from the right places, putting it in with this killer soap base. If you've never experienced Hendrix Classics, you get a great cushion, glide, everything that you expect in a tier 1 soap. Pete's base delivers. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Is that showing up on screen? Absolutely gorgeous. This brush, right? I got a lot to talk about. And I'm like even more scatterbrained than normal. Brand new fibers. My understanding, I'll put pictures up here. This is all covered in soap now. Brand new fibers. Talking with Pete. I've got my rinse bowl here. Pete says I'm only the 3rd person in North America to have these fibers. I forgot to say it up front. I did not pay for the soap and splash, and I did not pay for the brush. The brush is actually a birthday present tomorrow, April 1st. I'm a fool, baby. Now it all makes sense if you didn't already know. How you doing? The brush is for review, and it was also part of a birthday gift. Pete sent me a killer package. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Thank you, Pete. I can't thank you enough. Got lost where I was going. So I'm the 3rd person in North America to have these fibers. This is what Pete tells me. The brush, the razor, is a Gold Tech. Kind of thought it fit with the Taxman. Talk about the Taxman more here in a second too. This has the mild blade gap. Didn't want to cut my throat today out here all sick and stuff. I am really sick. Hopefully I'm not too scatterbrained. This bug's been kicking my butt since Wednesday and it's only gotten worse. But I refuse to take a knee. I refuse to slow down. Like, Delta is the only thing that's ever really made me slow down in like the last 30, 40 years. And Delta put me on the sofa for like a week. So I have a first use PermaSharp blade in my .020 blade gap. So this is the mild Gillette Tech. And this is a 50s, late 40s, something. I love Gillette Techs. If you haven't seen my other content, I got a lot of them. The brush, I'll end up doing a full review of it. This is kind of more of a first impression. I have used it a couple of times. I even used it on Emily, our teenage daughter, the other day. Got 3 or 4 uses in with it now. It's like a Goldilocks. It's got great backbone. So far, I'm super impressed with the flow and the retention. It's a fabulous fiber, you guys. I don't know who made it for sure. I don't think it's Frank. It's not a Frank knot, but it's killer. It really is. And what's cool about it too, what I really like what Pete is doing is Pete, you can put that knot in any of his handles. I'll put a few photos of them up there. He sent it to me in the white honeycomb, but you can get it in any of his handles. Putting a little bit more water in my bowl, a couple sprays. So Taxman, with April 15th coming here in America, that's tax day, is when you have to have your taxes filed by. And if you owe, you're expected to pay by then. So with Taxman, there's the whole thing with the Beatles. You'll see that on the sales page. But it's cool. What I liked about it, there's so many things that separate us and divide us. And this is Pete's thinking or Rich's thinking with the fragrance, or the name of the soap set in fragrance. Is that one thing that unites us is our dislike of paying taxes. And I know. Before I forget, the winner of that giveaway, Ray Kennedy, congratulations. I believe it was number 13, unlucky number 13. Might be wrong on the number, but I remember the name. It's Ray Kennedy. I thought even how more fitting that is, because it's Kennedy. It's like an American politician name. Ray, I don't think we've ever talked outside of that comment or some comments on YouTube. My link tree is in the description. Contact me through it on my email, Instagram, Messenger. It's all there. Contact me though, and I'll get you that gift card for $15, courtesy of Pete Hendrix, Hendrix Classics & Co. What was I saying? Taxman. Killer brush. Seriously, check out these fibers. My full review will be coming. It's a total Goldilocks, though. It really, really is. A Goldilocks, just perfect in every way so far. I'm very happy with it. Scattered brain. So the one thing that unites us is our distaste for taxes. And like I was starting to say when I remembered the giveaway, from the comments on that video that I did, a lot of us really don't mind paying taxes, right? It's kind of like paying our fair share. It's just how it gets spent sometimes. And for me personally, what I hate about the American system is all the hidden taxes. Hidden, HIDDEN, right? Hopefully you guys can understand me. My voice. The hidden taxes, though. And it's funny because a lot of times, we think that, like, European countries are taxed to death. And up front, it looks that way. But if you just, and I'll put some of my sources in the description. But if you start looking at some of the hidden taxes that we pay, from motels and lodging to electricity. So I'll put it up here. Whatever you pay, so like here in Oregon, we have state income tax and we have federal income tax. We don't have a sales tax. And most of the states have a sales tax and very few have a state income. And I'll put mine and my wife's, what we paid right there. Whatever you pay in income taxes, you can more than double it. I guarantee you the average working class American is paying right around 50% of your wages in taxes. And where a lot of that goes is in hidden taxes. My tax, the federal tax on electricity, is 27%. So 27% of your electricity bill here in the States, or at least for me, and if I remember correctly, that's a federal thing, is going up in taxes. We no longer have cable television, but we do have Wi-Fi internet. But if you have cable TV, there's a tax on that too. And if you have Wi-Fi, there's a tax on that. My Wi-Fi tax is 10%. Cell phone tax here in Oregon is 18%. Firearms and ammo. So I got Charlene here. From the pistol itself to the ammo that's inside of it, the federal tax on that is 11%. Oregon doesn't have a firearm or ammo tax, but the Fed has an 11%. Thankfully, I don't drink as much as I used to. There's a tax on alcohol, including wine and beer. Damn, did I just get myself? No. Scraped it on me funny. Trying to look at my notes over here. I got all my tax stuff written down. Air travel, 25%. So if you buy an airplane ticket in the States, 25% of whatever you're paying is going to Uncle Sam. I'm talking too long. I've got the sun drying me out too. Get to shaving, Tobin. Quit bitching about taxes. Garbage, depending on where you live, your garbage collection is 5 to 20%. Ours is almost 8%. 911 fees. So back in the 1990s, here in America, for the emergency number that we call 911, they started these 911 fees, and they were originally designed to build up the infrastructure and different computer systems and stuff like that. But from a few different articles I read, all that work has been completed, and now the states, they literally just put all that money into a general fund and they can spend it however they want. Here in Oregon, I'm paying $1.50 per phone line, which, isn't a whole lot. We do have 3, so that's $4.50. But some states and some cities is as high as $5. Chicago, for example, is $5 per line. That's not just for the bill, that's per line. My understanding, in the description below will be my sources. All the infrastructure that they claimed that money was going to has been completed, and now all that money goes into a general fund that they spend it on whatever they want. Here in Oregon, gas tax, gasoline, some of you might call it petrol, 68 cents a gallon. 40 cents goes to the state, and then the other 28 cents gets broken up between the city and the county. Well, you start looking at all the hidden taxes, and like I said, all you gotta do is Google hidden taxes. That's what I hate, is just all the damn hidden taxes. I just want to know, up front. But everything is so taxed. And so that's my scattered brain, flu bug rant about taxes. Damn fine shave. I'll rinse out my beard when I get home. An absolutely beautiful day here on the river. Almost didn't come out. I had to make myself, which I'm glad I did. And a lot of times I don't want to. It seems like when I don't want to go for a hike or when I don't want to do something, when it usually ends up feeling the best. And I'm really glad we came out here. As soon as my wife and I got out here, my wife is right over here. It's just she and I. Luna and Emily are home. I said to her, I'm so glad we came. We get to go meet Athena next weekend. We were going to go meet her this weekend, but because we're passing around the flu bug, the plague, as I keep teasing Emily because she brought it home for Easter and my birthday, we rescheduled. And for those of you who might have missed it, we're getting another German Shepherd pup from the same people that we got Luna from, friends of ours at church. They raised German Shepherds. This is a different mom and a different dad, but from the same people. And the mom is white, all white. I'll put the photos of them right there. And then the dad, he's got like that black mask going on. It's my go-to Alum Stick. I've had someone ask me about Alum. I did a video on Alum. I use it as an astringent. Same thing that people use witch hazel for. That's what I use Alum for. It really is like nature's aftershave. And normally at home, I let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes while I clean my razor, wash out my brush, and then I would apply the splash. But out here for time and just, cleaning up my razor is a process out here. I just gabbed for a second or two. The label's killer. Got the Capitol back there. Politicians making off with our money. Like, one of the things I don't understand is, like, here lately they've been talking about the debt ceiling again and having to increase it. What's the point of having a debt ceiling if every single time you reach it, you just increase it? This doesn't make any sense to me. It's like we have a family budget, right? And we stay within that family budget. Not Uncle Sam, but I guess when you're spending other people's money, it's easier to do that. I'd really like to see a flat tax or something. I'm one of the people who would actually like to see the IRS abolished. But I won't go too much further into politics. I'll stop right there. Well, again, thank Pete for sending this out to me. Another killer collaboration, you guys. It is just this not overly sweet. I would definitely classify it as a gourmand, but it's not your typical like dessert. It's not a dessert gourmand. The best way for me to describe it is a woody gourmand. The cedar, the cashmere, the way that they blend together with that orange blossom being the flower, not the fruit, and that jasmine, it's killer. The patchouli doesn't really stand out. I think the patchouli and the vetiver is helping to make the fragrance last longer. I do get good wear out of this. It's lasting 8 to 10 hours on the skin. It's just the projection, the scent strength isn't as strong as I would like it to be, but I'm absolutely going to buy the EDP for this, or the extrait, whatever it is that he comes out with. And Pete has 2-ounce bottles for $39.99. It's like $40. It's a steal. And the Mysterium Serum from Phoenix Artisan and the Post Shave Balm, it's probably best that way, right? Because then guys like me, when it's not quite as strong, can just add the EDP, because if it's too strong, you can't really water it down, right? Now the medicine's talking. Dayquil's kicking in. It's the little big things, my friends. Yeah, seize the day, even when you're sick. My wife told me on Friday, she's like, just sleep. I'm like, no, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'll sleep when I'm dead, man. I'm going to keep going. And keep going until my body tells me I can't do anymore. That's how I've always been. I got 2 speeds. Fast and stop. Damn fine shave. I'm going to jump in the car with the wife here in a second. Smell nice and pretty. She loves this fragrance. Emily loves this fragrance. I know I already told you. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If a woody gourmand that is just an absolute crowd pleaser sounds good to you, it's a must-have. Absolutely must-have. Thanks for joining me out here on the banks of the Mackenzie River. Hopefully next time I see you, it's in better health. I hope you are in good health. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Welcome to the B-roll. I record these before the shave. I trust that once again the shave went well. Definitely got the right hardware and software. How did my voice do? Did I make it? So glad we came out here though. Absolutely beautiful early spring day. I won't complain. A beautiful bride is just beyond those trees, basking in the sun. My water bottle hanging there. I've had you guys mounted here on the tripod. My trusty mirror. Right in front of me. Got that stool there. And then my little baggies and stuff that I carry everything out with. I want to again thank you guys for joining me out here. It really is the little big things. You guys take care. Thanks again, Pete. Spring is blooming and I couldn't be happier. See you guys next time.